What I was gonna talk about, I'm just gonna wing it, was everybody just needs to slow the down. All right, you ever feel like that? Like everybody, like the world's going crazy. We feel constant pressure to create. Well, at least I do. I'm sure if you're watching this and somehow you found me, you like to create, and we get in that constant battle of I gotta put stuff out, and what do I come up with? But that's why I said we just gotta take a step back and remember why you're doing this. Like when you first started to wanna do photography or make music, those are the two things that I love doing. Like, I wish you can see this. There's a painting right here that I did, and there's one up there. Right there. That thing is made by me, brought to you by Idea 86. And then there's another canvas right there. And then I have two other canvases right over here. Let me just show you this one real quick. Actually, 1 second. Almost there. 1 second. All of the other ones were graffiti. I gave my mom another one, but here's another one. It's a surfboard. And it's a surfboard on the ocean of, I think this one was Carlsbad. Yeah, Carlsbad, California. So why am I showing and talking about all of these canvases? The reason why is because I like creating. I like making music. I'm sure you like doing something as well. And we just need to take a step back and relax and use what's going on in the world. You know, just war, chaos, prices, and inflation, and all of these other things that we don't like. We just got to use our observation and allow Earth to be our canvas. And when somebody hears our music, we're basically painting our musical notes into the world. So that's why I say we got to take a break and just relax. When you feel more relaxed, you'll be able to create more because you'll be more focused on your creation. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was you guys ever get in this moment where, when I say moment, I'm talking like 2 or 3 hours or 4 hours when you're creating, and you're like walking into your creative space, i.e. the studio or wherever it is, your room, living room, wherever it is, and instead of creating, you're just like messing around with your instruments, and before you know it, it's been like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or all day, except lunch or dinner in between, of just like messing around. And then what sucks is you didn't really create shit. All you did was just mess around, and you feel like you wasted your time. Now, after years of doing this, I realized that it wasn't wasting time, because if you go back to my video, The Infinite Game, how this is a constant journey and there's no end point, you are actually practicing. You're practicing your craft, and as time goes on, you're gonna get better at doing it. So therefore, you're not wasting your time, you're just getting better and practicing. When this is a lifelong objective or goal or journey for you, even when you're just messing around, you're learning how to turn the knobs, you're learning how to arrange on the fly, you're learning how to mix your sounds together. If you're editing, you're learning color grading, you're learning a new feature on an app, you're getting better at your composition, your cropping, right? Like your cropping might just be like, damn, that was off, and I'm gonna crop this image to make it rule of thirds or whatever it is you want to do, right? And there's kids outside. Anyways, yeah, so like you're not wasting your time. I would argue to say, after doing this for so long, you are not wasting your time. You could say you're wasting your time if you're trying to meet a deadline. So if you're trying to meet a deadline and there's time involved, then yes, you are wasting your time because you're not being objective. Maybe it's like paid work or something. But if you're just creating and practicing so you can actually get to that album or that project or whatever it is, I would venture to say, or in my opinion, I would say that that's not wasting your time. So once you feel like you wasted your time, that's where the pressure hits, where you're like, oh, I got to create something. And you're in a constant loop of that. I would say there's seasons of practice. Treat it as though it's seasonal. I don't want to say weekly or daily because that's a little too short. Because reflecting back, I remember I was messing around. I'm in the mess around stage right now. So as I make what I'm about to play, because I've been practicing this thing, this track, I've been messing around and it led me to this track. We're not gonna do that now though. So if I didn't practice or mess around, learn the native instrument plugins and the effects and stuff like that, if I didn't learn how to put it all on Logic, right? Extracting the loops, understanding that you have to leave a 2 or 3 second tail in for the pads or for the sounds, because when they loop, if you just give it a cut right at the end of the bar, there's gonna be like a hiccup in the song. So messing around, right? Thinking I'm wasting my time, I really was just learning my craft even better. And that's what led me to believe that you're not wasting your time if you're messing around. You're just practicing and getting better. And the more you're intentional with your practice, the faster you'll get better. But everybody learns at different paces. So it's okay. You're doing this for life. If you really like creating, you'll be doing this for life. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. Now, I want to say this correctly to you guys. When you feel like you're having pressure, like onto creating stuff because you've been messing around, vibing, learning, you're gonna feel that pressure, right? I like to treat it as seasonal because you know how when winter comes in or fall comes in, like it day to day you start seeing those leaves turn brown and they start withering away. That's, for lack of a better analogy, think of it as you're starting to get more compelled to start creating, like actually being objective in creating a project or whatever it is you're trying to pursue. You're getting that itch, you're getting that feeling to where you just want to create something. When you treat this as a lifestyle rather than the shallow, like I want to do it because it's cool, you'll start feeling compelled to do it, and eventually you're going to get into that season where it's creation or project season. Okay, so once you let's say you get to like 3 tracks during that project season and you're like, man, you start messing around or life comes around and kicks you in the nuts, and all of a sudden you're like, damn, there's a hiccup. It's okay. There's a season for hiccups. There's a season for life as well. So calm down. Handle what you got to handle. While you're handling what you got to handle, what you can do is learn. Learn in the car, learn on your bike ride, your run, the bus, whatever it is, like always be learning. All right. If you're always learning, you're still gaining skill as you're going through life. I'll give you a perfect example. The last 3 years, I finished in September. For like almost approaching 20 years, I've been creating music. Now, I started real young. Like I was like 16, 17-ish when I started making music. I'm 39 now, so getting up there, I'm about to hit 40. But anyways, so going back to the story, in September I just finished recruiting duty. Recruiting duty, think of it as sales. I'm basically selling the Marine Corps to a world that is naive to what the Marine Corps is. Portland, Oregon. That's where I was recruiting. And I had to put away my music, well, my creative passions, i.e., making music, because I had to focus on recruiting. And it was like 12-hour, 13-hour days. And even when you're off, there's people hitting you up, and you're always like sales. You're always selling. You're always like, if I wasn't selling, I was editing the content. Like the reels for our office, and like the exercises and stuff. I would do all the content stuff, edit the videos. If I wasn't working, I was editing the videos, so I can push the message out of what the Marine Corps is. It's very hard to sell because you're basically selling what, from the outside looking in, and objectively it could be at the worst, you're selling death and destruction for a little bit of pay, and you're selling discomfort and all of these bad things to a teenager, right? So it's not an easy sell, and let alone their parents are not supportive as well. So how do you sell these things? It's very hard. You're always doing something to be objective of keeping the Marine Corps tradition and culture alive by selecting a certain type of individual. It's not for everybody. I always say that. Anyways, doing all of that, it stopped me from making my music. It stopped me from my creative flow. And the way that I worked around and still got my creative mindset going still was I was making that content for the Marine Corps, right? I was editing. I was using the skills that I've developed, identifying the type of music and all of these things, even sometimes producing the music for what I was doing. It wasn't my personal venture. It was something that I had to do. But the more importantly, throughout those whole 3 years, even though I didn't push out one track, I learned sales. I was listening to marketing. I was listening to, what is a DAW? Oh, digital audio workstation. I've always said the word, but I never knew what it was. Arrangement. I was learning different Moog, synthesizers, compressors. What exactly? I was sharpening all of these skills that I didn't have before the 3 years. And I was learning what I've been doing for the last 12 to 15 years prior to that. I was just kind of I was understanding all of the things that I loved doing, because I didn't have a name for it. I couldn't identify what they were. I just knew I liked making music. So I was shooting in the dark, making music like a lot of us do when we first start out. I used those 3 years to identify what I was actually doing. So I didn't waste time. I just redirected my efforts to still help me with what I like doing for those 3 years as I was going through life and trying to sell the Marine Corps to the naive world of not knowing what the Marine Corps is, right? So when I got done with all of that, I developed all kinds of skills. I actually learned how to create pretty good reels. I was also testing out my Fujifilm cameras. When I was doing it, I was testing out lenses as I was doing all of that stuff. And I had, when you're making like exercise videos, right? That's basically what I was doing. I would find the right type of music, and I was messing around with frames per second and ISO and talking to people while I'm behind the camera and try to like make people shine. I was learning how to make people shine in front of the camera as I was doing all of these things. So I learned a lot about, and it was all on iPhone. Some of my best content has been on the iPhone. But I'm a photographer, videographer, so I actually like using cameras. And I did use my cameras, but sometimes I valued efficiency, and iPhone is just way more efficient when you're making that type of content, and you're always making it, you're always trying to get better and push it out. Why am I saying all of this? Life is a big navigation game, and just understand that it's okay to get pushed down and not be able to pursue what you're what you really want to pursue right now because of life. Just redirect your open space, the time, like certain moments, whether you're driving, instead of listening to music, maybe learn something that you're really trying to understand. So when the season comes for you to actually engage, that is when you can actually engage, and you'll be more equipped because you've invested your open space to learning something that you need for later on. Okay, that's where I'm trying to go with all of this. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was just some thoughts that I had. Now, I had a video about this track, but I actually made it better. And I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing. This is a pad. Let's see here. 16 bar loop. Oh, also, I don't even know what recipe this is. I don't know if this is a recipe. I'm shooting on the XM5 with the XF 8-16 2.8 lens. It's fat. Oh, and I got a tripod. I got a newer N55CR off Facebook Marketplace for $90, and I also got the fluid head. So when I record surfing videos, I can actually have a smooth thingy. Alrighty, pad. Let's turn it up. There we go. Are we vibing now? Yeah, we're vibing now. All right, here we go. Shakers, I muted everything on the drum right now except the shakers. This is a Mini D bass line plugin. It's a plugin Mini D with the bass line. Just included the keys. Go back to the drums. Sponsored by nobody. Peace.